Adoinu, Moreno, Rebbe, Melech, Moshiach, L'olam. Welcome to the weekly sicha of Dvar Malchus from the second sicha that's Nugeh from the Shabbos Parshas Toldos, which was said Lel Hey Parshas Toldos after Rosh Chodesh Kislev, Shabbos Parshas Toldos, Beis Kislev, Tafshin Beis. Rebbe Melech and Moshiach starts off this that every single Rosh Chodesh there's a unique idea that's equal in every single Rosh Chodesh. And also, there's every single Rosh Chodesh has a unique idea. So I think that was to explain the uniqueness of Rosh Chodesh Kislev, how it's equal to every Rosh Chodesh, the uniqueness of Rosh Chodesh Kislev especially, and also to connect to the main nakuda in Yidden's life throughout all generations, and especially in our generation, our time. Now our job is to get ready to greet Moshiach. So Rebbe Melech and Moshiach says the whole idea of Rosh Chodesh is Chiddush. Chiddush means the unique, the renewing. It's the renewal of the moon. After the moon gets concealed in the previous month, and Rosh Chodesh is a new moon. And even though it's only a little bit, you only see a small bit of the moon, but nevertheless, because it's new, therefore we celebrate it. And that's in the Veda of Yidden, that's the Chiddush of Yidden. The Rosh Chodesh is chadshus by the Yidden. And that's the revelation of the Yechidah that's every single Yid, and that is the revelation of the Yechidah that's every single Yid that reveals the general Yechidah that brings the idea of the revelation of Moshiach, which is Melech HaMizdavid, etc. And this idea of Rosh Chodesh is more emphasized in Kislev. First of all, in the name Kislev, case is the idea of concealment, because right before Rosh Chodesh the moon is concealed. Then Lev is 36, Gematria Eila means is revealed these. And 36 is also the idea of 6 times 6, oldest 6 middays, Ches and Negvara Tiferes. That's a Chayd Yesod times 6. That shows that the idea that's concealed comes revealed. And that's why the idea of Rosh Chodesh, of renewing, is more emphasized in Rosh Chodesh. Why? Because it's not only a regular month that is a beginning of revelation, by Kislev it's complete revelation. And this idea we see also in the Yom Tov of Kislev. We have the idea of Chanukah. Chanukah is the idea it's higher than nature, the number of 8 days of Chanukah, and the candles are 8 candles. That shows that's greater than the world, nature of the world is 7. And also number 8 is with Moshiach. And also we have the Yom Tov of Chassidus. You have Yud Kislev, the Chag Gula of the Mitler Rebbe, Tes Kislev, the Chag Gula of the Alter Rebbe. That's the idea of Fatz Lamyanush. Through that brings Moshiach. And also we know that it's already established, meaning of Yidden to call this month Chodesh HaGula. So the uniqueness of Rosh Chodesh is more emphasis on Rosh Chodesh Kislev in the name, in the Yom Tovim, and also in the what's called Chodesh HaGula. The Rebbe Mashiach says we need to understand why is Rosh Chodesh connected with the Gula. Seemingly we find by the Rosh Chazal that we say at the time that Shalom Dovber Baruch was 15th generation from ורבינו. When we say 15, that's like 15th day of the month, that the moon is complete. And because the idea of the Gulam is the completion of everything, not only the birth of the moon. So why we comparing the idea of Rosh Chodesh as the birth of the moon to the idea of the Gulam? Therefore, must we say that there is a uniqueness even in Rosh Chodesh, even in the new moon. Understand this based on the difference between the Maila of a small child and the Chacham B'Yisrael. There's a saying of a God B'Yisrael, Ani mispal daz atinik. I'm dabbing in intention of the small child. What's the idea? God B'Yisrael, because he understands, and he has understanding in Giluyim and Olachim and Svidus, in order to him to dab into Hashem himself to Atzmos, he has to negate all his feeling and all his understanding. However, by a child, he only has Hashem himself, Hashem's Atzmos. He doesn't know what Atzmos is, he doesn't know what Mus is, he just knows his existence. Like, when it's in Yiddish, the Eibishter. What's the Eibishter mean? It doesn't mean that Hashem is high. He knows the existence that's above him. And because the difference by the person, the difference is also on what level in the relationship to the person. By the God of Yisrael, he has to daven to Hashem. He has to negate all his understanding. He has to negate himself. Why? Because his understanding is concealing on knowing the etzem of Hashem. However, by a child, he knows that there's Atzmos, and therefore doesn't negate his existence. Therefore, that the idea that Hashem it permeates everything in his eating and drinking, etc. And why is that? Because according to this, the godly Yisrael, his connection with Hashem is through his sicha and through his midas, which is the idea of giluyim. A gilui is louder and it conceals over the idea of the etzem. Everybody tinnik, he has the idea of the etzem. The etzem mechelik l'kam mamash, and therefore that's the way he connects with Hashem. And you see this at the end of the video every single year. Every single year in the morning he says the idea of meidan in the fornacha. He's meidat Hashem, he's a vatal himself. And that's the idea that is emphasized in the fact that the meidah is the gematria 55, not hein. Hein l'avayah, it's higher than the avayah. However, because also that's the revelation of the Yechidah, where even the Yechidah is only a name for the Etzem and Hashem, must we say it? There's even before the person even says my Ani and he expresses thanks to Hashem, there's the before that, there's the Etzem Mitzios, his existence, which is higher than when he's going to thank Hashem. And that idea that he just wakes up with his existence, that's what brings afterward. There's bittul, it says Marda'ani, and there's davening and the whole thing, and there's video throughout the whole day to make a difference. And according to this, the Moshiach says you can understand why the completion of the Geula, the shleimus of the Geula Mitzvah Shlema, we compare it to the new moon. Why? Because when the moon is completed on the 15th day of the month, the uniqueness is only in the light. From day to day is one more light, and that 15 days is the completion of light. However, Rosh Chodesh, it's the new moon, there's a new essence, there's new Metzias over here. That's the main idea of the Geula. The main idea of the Geula is the relation of the Etzem and Hashem. Well, not only that, the Etzem and Hashem, the Etzem comes down to be revealed away. And that's the idea of Kislev. It's the idea of Kislev at the case that's concealed. Comes Lev. Lev, as it says, 36, is Gematria Eila, complete Geula at the Etzem and Hashem. Goes and down also the Giluyim, and this idea is also emphasized in the Yom Tov of Chodesh Kislev, which is all Yom Tovim of Yud Kislev, and Tas Kislev, Bat, the Gilui of Chassidus. Also, the of Chassidus that the connection of Etzem and Hashem with Hashem should be come down into understanding. Gedai Teva Yisiv. The whole that should come not only to Yidden, also to the whole world. The whole world will be in time of the Geula, Karam the Machasi. So the Moshiach says, according to this, that we know that the whole idea of the Veda of the Geula comes to the time of Galus. Understood that also now, just like we have to have the idea of relation, this idea of the Chiddush of the Merid Levana, the revelation of that. Why? Because we said a few times that the Geula Mitzvah Shlema comes to us, that every single Yid will reveal it's the spark of Moshiach inside of him. That's the Yechidah. When we say Yechidah, it's in the Yechidah for itself, that's a name. Right? Even deeper is the Etzem is higher than the Yechidah. Like you're saying Matzasi, David, that's what Matzasi found, his essence of Moshiach. In Hashem, every single person, that's the idea of a person knows he has Etzem Hashem, he has Etzem Hashem, and that brings it to be revealed. Etzem Hashem is revealed. That brings the all Zaveda, which will bring the Geula. And that idea is also seen in the Maimer of Chazal. Chazal say, Kol Yemei Chiyacha L'Hav Meis HaMashiach. What's Kol Yemei Chiyacha? Means every single second, by day, by night, eating, sleeping, drinking. It's the idea of Etzem Hashem is higher. It's the deepest level. It's higher than any external anything that he's doing. And that's what does L'Hav Meis HaMashiach. They say to bring to all days of Meis HaMashiach. And that idea is emphasized when he wakes up. When a Yid wakes up, what does he have? Before he even has his Etzem. What's his Etzem? Etzem is Mashiach. That's the idea of that. The ear of Aver Mashiach, from Tisa Mashiach. That's higher than the Eretz Mashiach. Eretz Mashiach, light of Mashiach, as Mashiach does. Fights wars of Hashem, etc. And they have the Etzem Tisa Mashiach. According to going to say that what's the main Chiddush of Mashiach's coming? Not the revelation of all his things he does. This the Mashiach himself comes. And the Mashiach says because now already had the money of this month of Chodesh Kislev of this year, which is Tafshan Amazing. Every single year has to be add an idea of Kol Yemei Chiyacha Mashiach. Through this, his entire Metzias, right when he wakes up, is permanent idea of the Veda of Mashiach, which that is that's a Metzias. Mashiach is that's a Metzias. That could be also during a day when he is aided again, it reveals again that's Hashem through doing a mitzvah. And not only in doing a mitzvah, the high things like spreading chesed, which is the shemen of Torah, but also giving gashmias. Gashmias things help another yid, and especially during Chanukah, and giving Chanukah help and for bringing it to Yud Kislev. And the V'yidatzah, in the beginning of Chodesh Kislev, try to have a pile of the Gilui, the Geula, Yad Melech V'Yistavid, like we've seen in the Haftarah of last week. The Haftarah of last week, so the Sheva told David the Melech, Yechi Adoni, Melech David L'Olam. Well, that's the everlastingness of Malchus of David, which is the completion of Moshiach. But that achraza is the theme of this achraza is the revelation of the Etzmatis of Moshiach. And here is the mokar of the Meg Chassidim. Before you say Madani, we say the achraza v'chi adnei ורבינו ורבינו Malach Moshiach and because that's the revelation of Etzem Neshama, and that Etzem Neshama is revealed when right when you wake up in the morning, like explained in the sicha. And after reveal Etzem Tis of Mashiach, will come the police of Mashiach, and it is in the 6th Parshas Ve'elin till the sicha, in a Ve'elin revealed way, in a way that accomplishes in the whole world, also on love and also on Esav, days of Melech Mashiach, take it from Yad Mamash. Chi Adonenu, Moreno, ורבינו, Melech Mashiach, לעולם.